Welcome. Thank you for joining me. Today we are going to focus on some low body stretches. Yoga has so many benefits, and one of them is helping to create space and length in our muscles and within our body. So to begin, you may want to grab a couple of blocks. I have 2 cork yoga blocks. If you don't have yoga blocks, you could use a pillow or a cushion, something just to help support your hands as we move through this practice. You may not need them, but if you want to pause me and grab those, you could. So as we begin our practice, we're going to relax our shoulders back, sit up tall, close your eyes, and start with 3 slow, deep breaths in through your nose and out through your mouth. Begin when you are ready, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. One more time, deep breath in through the nose and a full exhale out of your mouth. Returning back to your regular breath, breathing in and out through your nose. And just taking a couple of minutes to feel your breath as it gently flows in and gently flows out. Keeping your attention on your breath, allowing your mind to rest. Feeling your breath come deep down inside of your belly. And be released out completely. Taking one more good deep belly breath. And again, releasing. Very slowly start to tip your head down towards your heart. And rise it up to the sky. Coming back to center, tip your head over to the right as you relax your left shoulder long. And taking your head now to the other side as you relax down your right shoulder. And lifting your head back up to center, begin to roll your shoulders back. And when it feels appropriate for you, opening up your eyes. Take your arms behind you, open up your heart. Allow your shoulders to relax down. So don't just take your arms back and have your shoulders high. Relax them down. Good. And go ahead and release. All right, let's bring the bottoms of our feet together. This is called bound angle. It's a really good thing just to start to butterfly. Maybe your feet are further away from you, and that's perfectly good. Honor your body wherever it goes today. And then bringing your hand back behind you, take just a gentle rotation of the spine. Releasing through center to the other side. And coming back to center. All right, so today's practice again is focused on low body. So we're going to move into our tabletop. So for tabletop, we come onto our hands and our knees. Spread your fingertips, placing each one down one at a time. And then begin to feel into your back. So your knees are directly under your hips. Your hands are right underneath your shoulders. They're not out here. They're not really wide. They're right under your shoulders, so you're feeling supported. Slowly begin to drop your belly down as you lift up your heart and your head. And then round your back up like a cat. Inhale as you lift your heart and your head. Exhale as you round up like a cat. Do this 3 more times. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale, really relax your shoulders back, press your heart forward. Exhale, round it up. Good, and return to your table. From here, this is where the blocks may come in handy. So we're going to step one of our feet forward, and you may want to place your blocks underneath your hands, just to give you a little more space between your body and your leg. So this is where you would be if you're using your blocks. If you're not using your blocks, your hands would be right down on the ground. From here, we're going to start to sink into our hips. So opening up our hip flexor. And I want you to be mindful of your back. Are you rounded up like this? Try to release your rib cage down, let your heart come down, and lift up through the chest. You can choose to hold the stretch, or you could very gently back out of it and then come back into it. So you potentially are feeling a stretch on the back leg, on the front of the back leg and the hip flexor. Again, you can choose just to hold this if that feels good for you. Keep your head lifted. Don't round. Don't look at your leg. I promise it's stretching even if you're not looking at it. So keep your head lifted. All right, from here, we're going to walk our hands back one pace. Keep your toes down on the mat. Start to straighten out your leg. Maybe it has a little bend in it if you're really tight, and that's okay. Honor yourself and just take the stretch where you're at today. Maybe your leg is perfectly straight. Check in with your back. Again, if you're rounded up like this, maybe it's a great opportunity to bring those blocks back under those hands, just to help you be a little bit taller. Honor yourself. What feels right for you today? Think about pressing your toes away from you. Do you feel a little more stretch in the front of the leg? Taking some breaths here. And now very slowly, keeping your heel down, begin to bring your toes back towards you. And just observe, did the stretch change? Did it move maybe from the calf up into the hamstring, or is it the whole back of the leg, or do you feel it in the hip? Where do you feel the stretch for you? And again, check in with your back. If you started to round up, relax your chest down. Work to have a flat back. Keep breathing. I know it's really easy to stop breathing, especially when we're in a deep stretch. So keep breathing here. Very slowly, whichever leg you have straight, I want you to pull that hip back a half an inch. And you might feel the stretch completely change. So it's just this tiny movement from your hip being here to pressing it back. Again, keep breathing. Honor yourself here. Good. Bending into that knee, begin to walk your hands forward. And now bring your hand to the inside of your foot. So your foot's on the outside, both hands are on the inside. And again, sink into your hips. Keep your heart lifted, head up. Lifting your hips, bring your leg back underneath you. We're going to take our knees out wide, big toes together. Walk your hands forward as you press your hips back towards your heels. Allow your arms to be long and release into devotional, resting your forehead on the mat. Taking some deep breaths into your back. Rising up, bring your hands back under your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. And we're going to do the exact same thing now on the opposite leg. So step the opposite leg forward. Again, maybe you're using the blocks underneath your hands. Maybe you're not. It's completely up to you. Begin to sink into your hips. Keep your head lifted. Don't be looking down. Think about having a flat back. You could be making this into a dynamic stretch by lifting out and coming back in. Completely up to you here. Most important thing, keep breathing. Slowly start to walk your hands back one pace again. Don't be afraid to bring those blocks along with you as we keep our toes down and start to straighten out that front leg. Think about pressing your toes down or allowing them to reach forward. Maybe you feel a little more stretch in the top of the ankle or maybe even in the shin. Think about your back. If you feel kind of rounded up, allow your chest to relax down. Notice where you feel the stretch. And again, it's okay if your knee is bent. If you're really tight, that's going to be really a big stretch. So it's okay if you have a slight bend in your knee. When you're ready, start to lift your toes up, keeping your heel down. And just notice, where did the stretch move to? Again, tiny movement here. We're going to pull the leg that's extended. We're going to pull that hip back just slightly and just notice how that changes. Again, check in with your back. Is it flat or did you start to round up? Relax the chest. Keep breathing. After your next breath, begin to rebend that knee, walking your hands forward. We're going to bring the hand to the inside of the foot. So both hands are on the inside, foot's on the outside. And again, sink into the hips. Keep your heart lifted, shoulders relaxed down. Very mindfully bring that leg back underneath your body. Take your knees wide, big toes together. Walk your hands forward as you press your hips back to your heels, surrendering in devotional. Allow your forehead to melt down to the mat. Breathe into your back. Rising up, bring your knees underneath you. Place your hands directly underneath your shoulders. Drop your belly down, lift your heart and your head up. Allow your shoulders to relax down. And then one big round up. And come back to center. Swing your legs around, come back down onto your bottom. Bottoms of the feet come together, taking this moment here. Sitting tall, come forward with your heart. Don't think about bringing your nose or your forehead down to your feet. Think about keeping a long, straight back as you come forward. So I'm going to turn to the side just so you can see the difference. So we want to focus on keeping our shoulders relaxed back, our spine long, and bending at the hip fold as we come forward. So it's not about rounding over. We have many reasons why we round in life. Let's allow our yoga practice to be a reason why we work on our posture and keep our shoulders relaxed back. So again, come forward with your heart. And you can allow your hands to rest on your feet. You could be walking them forward. But again, if you start to feel this round up happen, bring your hands closer to you. You could walk your hands to one side. Maybe you're feeling a stretch through the back. And then take it to the other side, remembering to breathe with every movement. Coming back to center, rising up. We're going to come down onto our back to finish our practice today. So come all the way down. Bring your knees into your chest and just rock side to side. Imagine you're giving yourself a low back massage. Holding your left leg to your chest, release your right leg long. If you're looking for a little more stretch here, you could come into what's called half a happy baby. So you would start to reach for the bottom of your foot. If your foot's too far away, if you're really tight, you could hold on to your ankle or even behind your knee. But the goal is to bring your knee out towards your armpit, Have your legs standing up straight and press down. It's a really big inner thigh opener. Keep breathing. I know this one can be really tight. As you release the grip on your foot, we're going to take the opposite hand, reach for the knee, and bring the leg across the body, opening up that back arm to cactus. So nice rotation through the spine, a good stretch through the hips. Rising up to center, we're going to switch legs and do the same thing. So hold the opposite leg to the chest. Coming into half happy baby. Again, maybe you're reaching for the bottom of the foot. If you're really tight, it's okay to hold on to the ankle or even behind the knee. We want to encourage the knee down towards the mat. And if you're nowhere near here today, it's okay. Honor where you're at. It's totally perfect. As you release the grip on the foot, take the opposite hand to the outside of the knee, rotate your legs over and open up this arm to cactus. Returning to your back, release your leg long. Take your arms up overhead for a full body stretch. Maybe you're pointing your toes or pressing through your heels, actively stretching through the whole length of your body. And very slowly relaxing. Bringing your arms down beside you with your palms open and your feet resting towards the corners of your mat as you relax your shoulders to the mat. Closing your eyes, we're just going to take 1 minute here to rest and breathe. Feel free to rest longer. Whenever you are ready, begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Take a deep breath into your body and exhale it out completely. On your next inhale, extend your arms overhead, taking another full body stretch. Feel free to take a moment for yourself to move or stretch in any other way that you need for you. When you're ready, roll on to your side, just taking a moment to pause. And using your top hand to assist you, press yourself up into a seated pose. Resting your arms down beside you. As you inhale, rise them up, breathing in love, happiness, joy, and bliss. Exhale, pull down, rooting into your heart. Relax your shoulders down. Thank you so much for joining me today. As you go forward, remember to breathe. Remember to honor yourself in every way that you move your body. And remember, most importantly, that you are loved. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Check back often for new videos. If you like this, please feel free to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Look forward to seeing you again. Have a wonderful day. Bye.